Now, like a snowball rolling downhill, the evidence of American spying operations continues to gather momentum. The latest revelation is that the US National Security Agency secretly intercepted the main communication links connecting Yahoo and Google data centers around the world. Information from millions of user accounts were accessible to the spy center. Google says it's outraged. Here's our culture and digital editor, Paul Mason.
Last December was a busy time for the US National Security Agency. It scooped up 180 million records off the servers of Google and Yahoo in just 30 days, according to a new leak. Gmail, Yahoo Mail, address books, records of people's internet activity and contacts, known as metadata, were all scooped. Whenever we use Google, for example, to send email, chat or do a search, the data is routed through Google's private servers and then processed in enormous data centers based all over the world. They are linked by fiber optic cables, which, it is alleged, the NSA has broken into. This is Google's London campus, and it's fair to say the parent company in America has contested court orders demanding data, asked the American government to make public what kind of data it's demanding, but they now find out a whole different wiretapping operation is going on behind their backs using the cables that connect these offices. Confronted with the allegations, this is how the boss of the US spy agency responded.
I can tell you factually, we do not have access to Google servers, Yahoo servers, We go through a court order. We issue that court order to them through the FBI. It's not millions, it's thousands of those that are done, and it's almost all against terrorism and other things like that. It has nothing to do with U.S. persons.
But in the web cafes of the world outside the USA, they don't need a court order, just a presidential order. So somewhere between California and Dublin and Hong Kong, the US state has found a way to place the biggest wiretap in history so far undiscovered. The little smiley face on the leaked document indicates at least the spies are happy. Here, increasingly, they're not. MPs are still trying to get their heads around GCHQ's involvement with the official activities of the NSA. And now this.
There are certainly questions to ask about the level of interaction and how that has operated. And most importantly, as has been said by a number of experienced people within the UK from the intelligence space, what was the parliamentary oversight? How did we check and say that this was all right? We know that the National Security Council didn't know about it. We know there were real limits in who was informed.
And Google, too, expressed unhappiness.
We are outraged at the lengths to which the government seems to have gone to intercept data from our private fiber networks, and it underscores the need for urgent reform.
In the past 10 years, we've put our lives online, and companies like Google have built multi-billion-dollar empires on the implicit deal that they will balance the interests of consumers with demands from the state. As of today, if this revelation is proven, that kind of deal is impossible. And in places like this, they're scrambling to encrypt as much data as they can. Because the much vaunted cloud, in fact, is just hard drives and wires are tappable.